I remembered the endless needles. I despised everything about them, and Raja, my nurse, understood. When she entered the room, I knew it would be okay. She would sit with me and hold my hand as they put the needles in. I had ended up with an emergency shunt in my head and a port for chemotherapy, only a few days after coming to Lebanon from Dubai for more testing. Lebanon was in the middle of a war, and the hospital didn't have any resources to support children. But Raja was my support. She was always there to talk to me and distract me. When she was there, things were better. After a year, the doctors in Lebanon suggested we go to Sick Kids Hospital in Canada. We had never heard of Canada, but we went with it. We had no idea when we would be back. Those first weeks in Canada were a blur. Sick Kids became my new home, and treatments were harsh. Diarrhea, headaches, vomiting, constipation, nausea, lightheadedness. My eyelids felt so heavy, it was hard to keep my eyes open. My parents alternated who stayed with me at the hospital, but sometimes they had to leave the room. I think it was hard for them to see me in so much pain, and I missed Raja. One day, a clown walked into my room. She gave me a clown nose and a coloring book, and stayed with me for hours. I was sad when she left, but she came back later that day with another clown friend. It was so much fun, and I almost forgot that I was sick when they were around. My parents seemed relieved and happier. The hospital felt different. The transition to school after life in the hospital was dreadful. A nurse introduced me to the class and explained my condition so that everyone would be more aware and understanding. But it didn't work out that way. I felt eyes on me all the time and was bullied because I was different. I was frail and had to stay near a teacher at all times. I fell asleep during the day and had to stay out of gym class. I didn't connect with anyone that year. For 3 years, I moved schools often because they weren't able to support me. Until Miss Sakina became my educational assistant. She had a disability herself, so she understood. She did so many things to help me. She created an accommodation sheet and would re-explain the lessons. She would let me rest when I needed to, and use a laptop to write notes when my hand got tired. Because of her, my perspective on school and learning changed forever. It took some time, but I was able to connect with other kids and make friends. Over the next few years, there were many other people and organizations that supported me, like Campfire Circle and another nurse named Jordan. This past summer, I was a camp counselor at Lego Camp after receiving a diploma in leisure and recreation services. There was a little girl who came in and she immediately reminded me of myself when I was 7. Her accent, her physique, her curls, her shyness. It was her first year in Canada. We immediately had a connection, and she followed me around the entire month of camp. In those 4 weeks, I got to hold her hand, make her laugh, and support her to go outside her comfort zone. I know that for a scared child, nothing you say or do for them is too small to make a difference in their life.